Wow.
Okay. We're gonna end that.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So just so you guys understand and know, we just looked at the pilot of The Last of Us on HBO. It's coming out January next year, and we got to see a little bit early. And we're not going to say anything. We're not going to reveal anything. I've seen it. Ronan's seen it. Another co-host has seen it. I'm going to let Ronan emotionally tell you guys how he feels. And then I'm going to do the same. And then we're going to cut this because we're going to be giving you guys like a full-on review of the episode as well. So,
Yeah.
Ronan, I leave this over to you. Bottles and bricks. We're
Y-
here.
yeah. So a little tease for bottles and bricks. I it's shocking how good it feels. Now, people, you have to understand this, folks, that we are big fans of the franchise, of the two games, of me in the comic book, the DLC of Left Behind. So I'm having to adjust my viewpoint of what the show is to what I know of. And it's very fascinating what I'm seeing because I'm hearing dialogue that I recall verbatim, but different scenarios going about.
Yep.
And then once we do the full on bottles and bricks podcast, we'll go full on spoilers because to me the essence and spirit is there. It's just that one who's used to hearing Jeffrey Pierce as Tommy or Troy Baker as Joel or Annie Hershing, I believe is the actor's name. I could be wrong, as Tess, or even Ashley Johnson as Ellie. We're adjusting to what these new actors are delivering us, and Tess, her mood and her attitude, it's fell there. Ellie is as smart as she is in the games, and that's the charm about her. Um, oh, I want to see so much stuff spoilery, but I dug this first pilot. I dug it a lot, and I kind of felt like, all right, this is a good way to end the first episode. Like, all right, now you have to follow through to the rest to find out what's happened. Like, this first episode has to hook you, and then it has to lead you astray to go with the rest. And from a production point of view, they nailed it. Cinematography, they nailed it. The music of Gustavo Santaolalla, it's there, and this is just the tip of the iceberg, folks. You're not ready to what else music this man is going to give us, and I was worried they're going to have to cut out more stuff, but a lot of what I recall playing is there. It's there, and yet if you haven't played it before, it's a hell of a way to experience it for the first time. Um, and I was shocked of what Joel let out there a few minutes ago. Yeah. Wow, man. Wow. Thank
Yeah.
God you didn't tell me anything prior to that.
Yeah, I told you. I told you I wouldn't. So, just so you guys are clear, this is my first real reaction to this because I've seen the episode twice now. First time I saw it, I couldn't believe what I was watching. Um, I remember playing the original game on PlayStation 3. I remember buying the game again for the remastered. I remember, everything about the second game and everything in between, and I am a huge fan of it. But I know, just like any book or any adaptation, it is important to make sure you accommodate for what the medium is, which is television.
Yeah.
There has not been ultimately any successful transfer of live action game to movie or series to this level. I will say on key, just based off of this as the first episode, this may be the best video game to television adaptation that I think I've maybe ever seen. And Ronan said it, like the production value is there, the score is there, the actors are there. But this is a first episode. It made me feel emotions about stuff that I knew was already coming.
Yeah.
Like it gave me emotional resonance and connection with characters that I've known longer than I've known Ronan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, same.
And
Yeah.
so what I'm
Yeah.
saying is that this as a first episode, as a pilot, if you are a fan of the game, I think you will immediately appreciate it. You will connect with it on levels you probably never knew you could with the video game adaptation. But if you've never seen or heard of the game before and you're just watching this, this is an experience for you because you weren't prepared for what happens. You weren't prepared for the trauma and this different type of apocalyptic situation that they're in. This is not Walking Dead. This is very different. And I think that this was a perfect 10 out of 10 pilot. I have nothing negative to talk about it because everything else, even the stuff that they changed, it was all in service for where the trajectory of where this has to go as a television adaptation, not a game adaptation. So I thought this was perfect. I loved it more watching it the second time because I was watching it with two people that I know knew the game very well. And it's kind of like for me to just immediately be willing to rewatch this episode all over again without any issues or wanting to go to the next one. You've done your job foundationally to me. So yeah, that's where I am with it. I'm excited to go to the next episode. But yeah.
I'm excited to talk spoilers because I have some thoughts about the choice of dialogue and character arcs, which we will break down in spoilerish when we do the spoiler version. But yeah, I think as far as it is right now, it looks and feels like the game. But I still have to give it the whole 9 episodes to see how it did the game justice all the way. But so far, I'm not going, well, here we go. Now we gotta start fixing. No. So far, it's like, okay, I have to adjust with just the unsubtlety of dialogue that I felt subtlety in the game was perfect. And this one I have to get used to because it's television. It's stuff that I didn't see coming that I'm like, whoa, what does that implication now mean now? And what does that mean now? Yeah, I can't wait to break it down. And that's why we hope, I believe we did a good job right now for non-spoiler. If this is the first time you're experiencing these characters and story, this should be good for you. For you hardcore fans, get ready for the spoiler one because that's when I can be like, blah, about, wait a minute. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be clear with this. And even though I know all the stuff about the games, I'm gonna be the opposite side of Ronan, reeling him back in at all times because I'm gonna be letting him know, as well as anybody else that's a huge avid game fan, this is not the game.
Yeah.
But does it service the game?
Yeah.
That's the whole point. And I think that in any medium, whether it's game to movie or game to television or whatever, that's the real question that we got to get to. Is it servicing the material well? Because a shot for shot would be great, but then you're going to nitpick every little thing. So it's kind of like, where do you go with something that's already been created and done before? And I think that's where we're going to have some really good discussions on Bottles and Bricks. I am excited for it. But yeah, like you said, this is a good non-spoiler reaction discussion, whatever you want to think about it, of the pilot. Yeah, I dare I say this is, I'm trying to think of another video game to television adaptation that's worked really well, because there's been some adaptation to movies like Sonic. I think is successful. If you want to use the Ninja Turtles game to the Ninja Turtles, original movie, that's successful. I mean,
to me, it lands with animation, where I think thus far Castlevania and Arcane are top of tier for me.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I'm saying live action.
That's where I'd be like, yeah, this is good.
I don't have anything, but
same.
But yeah, you guys, we're gonna go. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell button. Go and check out our Bottles of Bricks discussion that we're gonna be going like heavy in. We're gonna be talking about some other things, about possible upcoming games, different prospects of things that are coming back and forth with discussions with other people that love The Last of Us. We have a lot coming out of the pipeline, so
hell yeah,
just stay tuned. You're gonna appreciate what's coming.
Oh my god.
Peace.
Piling out the top